people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to optimize your credit card balances for better credit scores. So I'm going to show you all what I teach people that's inside of my membership to do to help with their utilization. So let me show you like some increases you can get. So a client of mine got an 87-point increase from doing methods similar to this: 91 points, 83 points, 63 points, 90, 113 points. And that's also including deletions, also deleting accounts. But utilization to me is like, is right up under paying all your bills on time, because credit utilization can literally drop your credit scores 200 points. Seriously. So I want to show you all how to actually organize your balances and figure out which ones you need to pay first, or what you can do to help with your utilization. Now, video is going to be longer than normal, so I just want to get straight to the point. If you guys are not a member of my membership, please think about joining. I also have the 60 points in 60 days. 5 ways to increase your credit score, 60 points in 60 days. Check that out. It's free. You get a free dispute letter to remove accounts, inquiries, and also a letter you can send to collection companies. So definitely check that out down in the description. Okay, so let's go right to it. So I actually built this here. This is what I use for clients. This is what I use for myself too. Like when I got out of control with my credit cards, this is what I use to figure out which ones I want to pay first, and what's my actual utilization on my credit cards. Now, Credit Karma can tell you your utilization, but I like this utilization chart because you will be able to know which ones you need to pay first. Okay, which one you need to pay first, second, third. This one right here will actually help you with that. Now, one thing I want to say about this one is that you don't want to, this thing is like a calculator. Oh, this is an example. This thing is like a calculator. Matter of fact, let's look at the example. You put all of your credit cards here. You put the balance of all your credit cards here. You put the limit here, and then they'll tell you what is your current utilization, what's your percentage on those credit cards. And then they'll tell you what balance you need to have a 5% utilization, which is where I want you at, a 10%, 30%, and then 50%. So this is just an example. I also have a screenshot here of some accounts. We're going to plug this in and decide, how much you need to be paid on all these credit cards so that we can help them increase their credit score. So I'm going to show you basically what I do, because this is very, very important. Okay, so let's start plugging these different things in. I think it'll be easier and better if I, let me do this. Let me see what else I have on here. Yeah, so let me move this over here. And then let's get the utilization tracker here. Let's start plugging this stuff in. Let's see if my screen is still looking the same. Okay, nope, it's not going to look the same. Okay, so let me go and flip screen to screen. We're going to keep this where it was at then, because we don't want to mess it up. Okay, 1 second, John. Have to put it back. Okay, let's put this back. We're just going to flip screen to screen. Okay, so here's the example. Let's actually fill it in. So on Credit Karma, they'll tell you what your utilization is, but you need to know which credit cards you need to pay first. So let's go ahead and plug these in, and then I'll teach you how to figure out which ones you want to pay first. So we have Discover Bank. So let's go ahead and put that in here, Discover Bank. So Discover credit card. If you look right here, the balance right now is $2,508, so $2,508, and then the limit is $2,500. So the balance right now is $2,508, and the limit is $2,500. So that means right now the current utilization is 100.37%. Like, that is the actual utilization. That means they used 100% of the card plus 0.32%. So you over 100%, you're over a limit on that card. To get this one down to 5%, they have to pay it all the way down to 125. 10% to 50, 30% is 750. Now this is where I want you to go minimum to this one. But if you're desperate, in this case, this client most likely is going to be desperate their first month because it's a lot they're going to have to pay. They're going to just get it all down to 50%. So they need to have a balance down to 1250. So let's go ahead and plug in the next one. So we got Discover in there. They got Green Dot Bank. So that one is 698 out of 700. So Green Dot. green dot. So 698 is their balance and 700 is their limit. Okay, perfect. So that one is not 99%. Open Sky, 980 out of 1,000. 980 out of 1,000. That one is at 98% utilization. And you can see, look, 100, 198. Credit Karma already told us that, but Credit Karma is not going to tell you, you know, how much you need to have your balance at to get to a certain percentage. They're just going to tell you where they at. So they end up rounding that one to 100%. So that's 100, that's 100, that's 98%. And that's what we see right here on Credit Karma too. Wells Fargo at 4247 out of 4,500. What was that? 4247. I said 4247. And that's out of 4,500. So that utilization is at 94%. 94%. Credit Karma told us that. Navy Federal, 2757 out of 3,000. 2757 out of 3,000. And that's Navy. And also we have Chase, which is 2261 out of 3,000. 2261 out of 3,000. And then we have another one. I'm gonna just put GS Bank on here. So 848 out of 3,000. 848 out of 3,000. That one is not that bad. And that's GS and then Bank. Okay, perfect. So now we plugged everything in. Let's double check just to see if our utilizations match, because that just shows us that we did plug everything in. So yes, 28%, 75%, 91%, 94, 98, 99, and 100. Now that we have everything plugged in, let me tell you what I would tell a client like this. So a client like this, they have these different credit cards. Almost all of them is maxed out except for the one that's a number 8, the GS Bank. That one is at 28%. So what I would tell them to do is I would tell them to first try to get all of their balances down to 50%. That would be the goal. All the money that you have, you want to at least get all of them down to 50% and then pay the minimum balance. That right there is going to boost your credit scores a lot. If you have more money, go down to 30%. If you have even more money, go down to 10% or even 5%. But with balances like this, like the total balance, if you see down here at the bottom, is $14,000. And it's out of $17,000. So if they got $14,000 laying around, that'd be good. But if they don't, then I would tell them to just get it down to the 50%. Now, some people can't even get it down to the 50% because in this case, they're still going to have to pay about $6,000 or $5,000, which is still a lot of money for people. So what I would tell them to do on top of that is I would tell them, hey, find out which one is due the soonest. And this is going based off of not paying off debt, you guys. And I don't want no Dave Ramsey people coming off after me. This is going off of, I need to get my credit score up as soon as possible, Rickita. It's not a problem about the debt. I'm not thinking about being debt free. I'm just trying to get my credit score up. What is going to get my credit score up the fastest? So this is going based off of that only, okay? So what I would tell them is with this one right here, you'll see this number 8. I would not think about paying anything towards this one. I would just make sure I don't put anything else on that, okay? So stop. That's what that means. Red is stop. Don't do anything with that one. The balance already low. Just don't put any more charges on it because we're already under 30%. And anything under 30% is going to help you. It's kind of maintaining your credit. It's not going to damage you. Over 50% is going to damage you. Now, the next thing, anytime you're over the limit, that's the one that you want to pay first, okay? That's the one you're going to want to pay down first. You just want to make sure that this 2508 is basically at 24 something. Is not over the $2,500, okay? So get that one down. So that's step number 2. They have to get that one down. They have to just make sure that they get that down. They want to find out which ones they don't need to pay, whichever ones is under the 30%. And I don't want 30. If it's at 30%, I still want you to get it down to 29%. So if it's under 30%, put a red on that, leave it alone. Then find the ones where you're over the limit on those, and then get that down to where it's not over the limit, because some companies, they charge you additional fees whenever you're over the limit. So get that one down so that it's not over the limit. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is find out which one is going to report the soonest. So whichever one is going to report the soonest, you pay the minimum balance on all of them, and then you put as much money as you can towards that one to get it down to at least 50%, okay? And if you have extra money left over, so in this case, if we have this one where we need to get this down to 50%, let me get my handy dandy calculator out. Okay, here's my calculator. So if we need to get that Discover down to the 50%, let's say that one is going to be due the soonest, then what we need to do is we need to do the 2508 minus, and I like to just round this where you see where it says 1250 on the 50%. I want to just round that to just 1300, just to make sure that we'll be underneath the 30%. Okay, so minus, oh wait, might want to actually go to 1200. I'm sorry, go to 1200 on that one, because if you go to 13, then you're going to be even higher. Okay, you're going to have a higher percentage. So that means that they need to pay at least $1,300 on this one, $1,308 on that one. And that's going to help a lot with the utilization. Now, for some people, if you don't have the $1,300 to pay on that one, I just want to break it down. If you don't have the $1,300 to pay on your accounts, just pay an extra $100, $200, whatever extra money you have, you pay on that credit card. Whichever one is due the soonest, you throw an extra $400, $500, whatever money you have, and throw it at that balance. So that will help bring your balance down even more. Now, I don't want you all to make excuses. Like, one thing I realized is I've been soft with a lot of my clients. Like, well, I guess you can do this. And I'm not going to do that anymore, you guys. If you really want to get your credit score up, you need to find out whichever way possible to get it down to 50%. And I don't care if you have to take another online job, or you got to take another job in person. I don't care. You have to figure out what you have to do to have that extra money to put towards these balances, especially if you want to get your credit score to go higher. Okay. And that's just, it is what it is. Because if you don't do it, your credit score is not going to go up. So if you really want your credit score to go up, you find whatever money you have to find and you put it towards bringing these balances down. Now, say if you get the money for Discover, you pay off that Discover. Now your balance for that Discover is just $1,200. Now you can see that your utilization is going to be at 48%, which is under that 50%. So now we can turn this one yellow because you have that one done. You know, that means slow down. You're not done, because you're going to have to keep going, because I want it under 30%, but you're just slowing down on that one, okay? And then you're going to go with the next one that's going to be due. So let's act like Open Sky is going to be the next one due. You want to get that one down to 500. So technically, it's at, you'll have $480 you want to pay, but I just want you to pay just the $500, okay? Put that extra $500 towards this account plus the minimum. Keep paying the minimum on all these credit cards. So now you took that extra money and you put down your now your balance for this one is at $480, because you put $500 towards that one. Now that utilization is at 48%, which is good. And even if you're doing this once per month, you know, you just putting your extra money towards that one, do it, you guys. I realized personally that I would spend money on bull crap, and then I wonder, why don't I have this, or why can't I do this? Because you're spending your money on bull crap. And if you know that about yourself too, you're eating out more than normal when you could be buying groceries and cooking at home, or you could be doing more activities at home, then please stop it and do it at home. But that will help you have so much more money to put towards these different things. And I would tell you all, do not spend money on a credit card if it's not going to give you cash back too, because that cash back, like Discover, most likely all of their credit cards have cash back. That cash back is money that's going right back into your pocket, compared to a credit card like Open Sky. They're not giving you cash back. So put your money on credit cards is going to give you cash back. So now you can see that the overall utilization went down to, let me go back once because, I honestly don't know what it was. The utilization at first was at 80%. Now it's at 70%. So you're going down, which is good. Next, you want to find out which one is going to be the soonest when you have the money. So when you have the money in your hand, and you want to figure out, okay, which one do the soonest? And we got Green Dot to think about. We got Wells Fargo, Navy, and Chase. Now, I don't know if some of these cards are 0% APR. If it's 0% APR for a certain amount of time, because I know Wells Fargo have things like that. Chase may have things like that. Even Discover may have things like that. Then I would say don't put money towards those because you're not getting charged interest. Put your money towards the other credit cards. So that's something else you can think about. Now, let's say we're going to go ahead and do this Navy. The next one that we're going to pay is this Navy because it's not 0% APR and you got some money now. Now you need to pay it down. So that one we need to get down to the 50%. So let me get this calculator out. Or you know what? I can do it in my head. Let's just do it in, let me do it in my head. So let's act like this balance is $2,800. We need to get it down to 15. So we're gonna pay $1,300. We're gonna pay $1,300 on this one. So the new balance is going to be $1,457. Now your utilization is at 48.56%, which is good because you're going to be under that 50%. And you're going to be under that $1,500. So now you went from 70% utilization to 63% utilization. Now remember, the key is don't spend unnecessary money on these credit cards. Don't spend it at all because that's what's going to hurt you. You're going to say, "Oh, I got more money available now. Let me go ahead and use the Discover, the Open Sky, the Navy." Don't do it. Just keep paying it down. Now, I mean, you got 3 of them left. Keep continuously doing this method. Now, some people, you may have more money than others, or you may have it where you can pay 2 credit cards at a time because you just got a bonus from work, or maybe you only got $300 to $200 credit cards and $500 can knock out 2 credit cards. Then try to aim towards being at 5% because trust me, when you start seeing the balances go down to 5%, your credit score is going to shoot up. Okay, your credit score is going to shoot up. Now, if you guys get when you get your balance down, because everybody going to have to do it, it's going to follow you unless you're going to let it charge off. When you get your balance down, try to see like where we at the point now where we still got $11,000 in balances. We'll try to see if they can get a 0% APR credit card and do a balance transfer on these. Now, watch out because Chase is going to charge you a 5% balance transfer fee. Sometimes, and it could be 3% or 5%, but they do charge a fee for that. Discover is going to charge you a balance transfer fee. Wells Fargo, double check to see if they're going to charge you a balance transfer fee. But Discover and Wells Fargo can pre-qualify you for a credit card, and also other credit card companies, because you probably don't have the same accounts that they have. They can pre-qualify you for a credit card. And I have all of those credit cards also on my website. So Rickita.com, you can check it out here. Go down to the bottom and you should see the best credit cards for rewards. A lot of those credit cards offer balance transfers, which is really good because that's what you really want to do. You want to do a balance transfer. So like the Discover It Cash Back, they offer a balance transfer. You got 0% APR for 15 months. And that's on purchases and your balance transfer. So you can do a balance transfer on that. You can do a balance transfer on the Chase Freedom, but they won't pre-qualify you. You can pre-qualify for the Amazon Prime Rewards. I'm not sure if you can do a balance transfer on that one though, but you can apply and see. Go see. They can pre-qualify you. Capital One, they'll allow you to do balance transfers and they can pre-qualify you. They have multiple cards. I believe you can do a balance transfer on your city, and they have the 0%, 0% APR for 18 months on balance transfer. So go to my website, Rickita.com, and check out these different credit cards. There's a lot of different credit cards here. I even have some on here for those people that have bad credit. They're students, the best credit cards in general, travel. And then also, remember I told you all about the 60 points in 60 days? Go here and click on the link for the 60 points in 60 days. Put your name in, your email address, and your phone number in there. And then you all will get the free dispute letters to start removing those accounts. You should do that during the same time that you're actually paying down your balances. And then also I'll teach you how to increase your credit score 60 points in 60 days. And one of the ways is what I just told you right here. Like, this is a full-on masterclass. So please go ahead and check that out. And I'm going to clip up this video and put it inside the membership just to have an update on it, because it's going to be very, very necessary, you guys. So hopefully this video was very helpful. I know that was a lot, but if you all need help with this, I am doing an exclusive thing. I'm going to announce it to my exclusive credit members, where I'm going to be more like just taking over somebody's file there. And I call it a file, but I'm taking over their credit reports for 6 months, 7 months, kind of, because it's going to take me a while. I mean, I'm doing disputes for you. I'm telling you, hey, apply for this credit card because I need it on your credit reports. I'm telling you all the different things, and I'm actually doing all of the work for you to help you increase your credit score. The same thing I had to do with my credit before when I messed my credit up. That's how I learned how to do this, you guys. I messed my credit up. I had to go through the stage and I had to get new credit cards. I had to remove them accounts, the inquiries, the late payments, the charge-offs, collections. I had to go through all that process, the whole process. So I'm going to teach you all how to do that within a membership, but I'm going to actually take on a few people where I'm going to meet up with them once a month and tell them, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to be sending text messages out. Hey, can you do this? Because I can't do that. I need you to apply for this credit card. I need you to call the credit bureaus and say this for me. I need you to do this or do that. And I know a lot of people are going to get great results, because if you're getting great results by just listening to me telling you to do it, just imagine what the results are going to be when you're actually doing it all, when I'm actually doing it all for you. So I'm very, very happy for those people that's actually getting approved for credit cards. A lot of people talking about how they got approved for credit cards. I'm very happy for you guys. But if for some reason you maxed out these credit cards and you're having a hard time getting approved, then please follow this. I'll make sure I put the link down below so you guys can get this same thing that I have here, where you can track it on your own. If you all have any questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you all with this process. And it's exciting for people to actually get these different credit cards. I'm very excited for everybody that's actually getting these credit cards, but understand too that utilization can damage your credit so that you can't get any more credit cards. Okay. And then even for the people that's getting like the shopping cart trick credit cards, it's good for you guys too. But if you spend too much on these credit cards, it's going to really hurt you. And I don't want that to, hinder you all. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to help you all. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys like this video and make sure you subscribe. Bye-bye.